Welcome to POG's Write About Mural Project reading. The Write About Murals Project is a community effort hosted by POG, inviting anyone and everyone to sign on and visit 7 selected mural sites around the city and write about their experience. Selected mural images range from fantasy to social justice to mythology to Southwest culture, storytelling all. Like POG at Tumamoc Hill, this is a writing in place project. Writing in place projects enable writers to connect with their poetry and prose with the special landscape, people, and traditions in this unique place that we call home. What poet Charles Olson called polis is this. Writers first met this past January, guided by arts writer Margaret Regan, to expand the idea of ephrasis, a term used to describe writing inspired by visual art. 17 people then signed up to write about the murals, visiting the 7 selected murals around downtown Tucson, either by themselves or weekly every Sunday afternoon, February, March, as a group, often meeting with the artist and each other. Until mid-March, when COVID stopped the gatherings. Writers were on their own. But I'm happy to say that POG has picked up the slack and has regrouped to pivot onto an online platform and keep these readings alive. POG says thank you to these 8 readers, the artists, and those who made this video possible. And thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm Lisa Periale Martin, and I am a poet, a writer, a recently retired librarian. I'm also a board member of the POG Poetry Group based here in Tucson. Poetry in Action, a nonprofit arts and poetry organization. And we had a project this year. We invited people to write poems in response to all the wonderful murals, not all the wonderful murals, but many of the murals in the downtown Tucson area. And I wrote this poem in response to one of my favorites by Salvador Duran. He's a local artist, obviously, does visual art, murals, and he's a really wonderful musician. So he plays solo often and also in conjunction with groups like Orchestra Mendoza. So you would enjoy hearing him and seeing his art. If you don't know him, look him up. So this is titled Wingman in response to his mural that is titled On the Wings of Music, We Discover Our Salvation. Wingman. Wingman speaking, now he's singing, layering images, coats curried with horsehair tips. Doves lift off the pages, alphabet in flight, rise through dreamscapes, afterlives, spare-changing, celestial art districts, weathered hands, clay, and memories, skipping stones from bank to raven dark side of the moon. Reflected solar luz de luna, ghost chuparosa. La mensajera del esqueleto, birds brought to life. Through brushstrokes, coo, feather for each direction, mandala spokes. Paloma blanca, cuervo negro, halcón moreno, cardenal. Every council fire, drum circle, ballroom, speakeasy, lift voices, blow horns, tease ivories, rhythm beating. Dancers own the boards. Strum, strum, drum, drum, on a wall, in the air, on any stage. Wingman, Salvador, wingman. So if you want to see this mural, Salvador Duran's mural, at least this one, it's on the south end of the alleyway between the Rialto and the R-Bar. Check it out. Thanks. Bye.
From the mural notebook. One blows out, one blows flute. Blue knee, red thigh, red knee, pink thigh. For hands on guitars, 7 heads, 1 piano. Orange knee, blue thigh, green calf, red feet. 4 horns, 4 mouths, white wings, red bird, white bird, blue bird, green bird, yellow bird, brown bird. Guitar is a bird, smoke is a wing, horn is a wisp of ribbons, are 2 hands above, a devil below. Music, many musics, 1 and 2, and scales or chords or free inspiration, breathe. As the trumpet breathes into the saxophone, breathe into the piano, breathe into the guitar, the violin, the bass, breathe into the poem, breathe into the world, the birds, the clouds, the air, the angels, the truth, and poetry, lunar eclipse, raven, 8th notes, are doves across the oceans and airs. Two. La Madre, mother, my other than me, or other me, braided against, hummingbird up at the nose, shaded eyes open, float in barbed wire, butterflies, and fish with star stream out of water into the space stars of water. Hummingbird, the other butterfly, see the other space, braided hair, the other prickly pear, 2 toads, one and other, mountains, sun mountains, water, flowers, swirls, sky. Calle de las Milpas. Roots reach, tether of cactus, teeth of cactus, purgatory. Outline the other, outline the one, inline the other, inline the one, the liminal borders, chained children, my other mother, mother, my mother, another, one eye cries, roots and hands, roots are hands holding the children. The spikes are above spikes, blue sky, wisps of cirrus.
On the wings of music we discover salvation, for Salvador Duran. Number 1. Who is the plural one? Many-limbed Azrael, death dealer and soul redeemer, 3-legged music shaper with hair that flows and flows, with skull at their feet and raptor at their knee. How do they hear with many faces to hear the many-faced things? One of my eyes would like to know. A face that looks toward, askew, and away, does so simultaneously. Many-faced Azrael with an eye that sees a familiar self, familiar other, and foreign other. What songs do the selves and others play? What notes do they sing? Would they play of their places? Would they play of the places their wings have carried them? Who are these below? Azrael who soars, those who look either toward or away but not askew, who are the same shaped mariachi who fade from one into another, their faces hidden in blue. And I must confess that salvation seems unattainable. To soar with many birds, to see from above, all I know is below. Who are these beside you? Gabriel who speaks of guitar-playing devils and doves ascending in peace? Is there a song from the desert, making way for an ending, a judgment, and a renewal? Perhaps the end has already been told, and we await a coming, though this eye doesn't know how this coming will begin. Perhaps it will begin with a song. Number 2. Terrestrial angels play upon a shadow inhabited by devils. Epicene face gazes upon, away, and aside. What music do flesh-bone fingers play upon a wooden tool multiplied by time? To live with many-colored tone, with jigged surface and sawed line, your eyes are a puzzle within a field of blue. Epidermis of navy and azure, ochre and mahogany, salmon and sienna and sepia, and corn silk and mauve. If none can be as they were before, perhaps we can be whole once more, winged in shared defeat, playing this terrestrial song of ascension. Truth be, salvation frightens me, but an eye loves this cardinal with beak to earth and shadow painted razzmatazz with short, heavy strokes. Number 3. A lunar raven, the sky moored in shadow, looks toward a crafter's hand, sinuous and mighty, with many slain spirit, unsinkable, face above frame, upon a raptor, upon and beyond a guitar's body, its head towards earth, and its music. My eye a grace note in this place. La Madre, for Rachel Rios and Carlos Valenzuela. Number 1. What is the beginning? Is it Egyptian or Ionian? Is it Hebraic or Sumerian? Is it Mayan or Andean? Is it Sky Father or Mother Earth? Must a beginning begin, or does a beginning begin ere more? These roots within you, my other me, these roots within me, your other you, grasping for nourishment, a home, stumble through this cactus land dark enough without concrete and razor wire, without snakes swallowing the stars. Mother, would you teach me of spaces between places, spaces between fathers? Do you cry to water earthly children, so they might set their watches to the beats of hummingbird wings, their eyes to the eyes of butterflies? Cesar Chavez mural for Melchor Ramirez. 1. How does I recognize I, to see resemblances of self, God, earth in another? To see someone, not something, to allow gaze to meet gaze and be unashamed? I don't know how. Maybe Caesar did. Maybe this is Melchor's offering. There is something colossal in these vines and two-toned leaves, upon stepped surface before a tawny sky.
This poem was inspired by the artist Rachel Rios, who met with a handful of poets one Sunday in front of her mural La Madre in downtown Tucson. Las Manos de la Madre. 1. The hands of La Madre weave her promises into her daughter's tight braids, so she will remember them. The hands of La Madre embroider her love onto the soles of her daughter's feet, so she will always feel it. The eyes of the daughter memorize her mother's lips as they curve into smiles, straighten into sternness, and soften into kisses. The hands of the daughter practice the letters of her tia's name and the shapes of her numbers, so often that they float above her dreams in colored streamers. The voice of La Madre straightens her daughter's spine on the morning she speaks her command. Never let go of mi mano, 2. The daughter awakes in the chain-link kennel she shares with someone else's hermanas. The hands of her keepers slide a plate in front of her. She picks up the food she's never seen and smells it before she tastes it. 3. The mouths of her primos laugh when she cries, as they crinkle a bag of flamin' hot Fritos. They don't understand how the sound smothers her under the mylar blanket, just like it did the night she lost las manos de su madre.
Hello, I'm Olive Malilla, and this is my mother, Johanna Gibbsroad, and we wrote poems.
Our poems are inspired by the mural in downtown Tucson, La Madre, by Rachel Rios with Carlos Valenzuela. And Olive is going to read her poem first.
Mother Earth, you make the earth peaceful. You are the earth. Your 2 daughters you hold in each hand.
Your daughter's hair.
Your daughter's hair is the water. Where is your body? Do you have one? I can see your head, your hands, your eyes, nose, and mouth. Why do you have a hummingbird on your nose? Is it a real one? I can't answer all of those questions. I am too old to remember them.
I'm going to show the picture. A bird is building a nest in my brain. Its beak cracks my skull. My head is a mountain. I am often moved to tears. They flow down my back like a river and get sucked underground. If I did not weep, the desert cactus would not bloom. The seeds would remain underground, and you would die, coyote, raven, lizard. The sky is a great serpent, and when it opens its mouth, the stars appear and gleam brightly. But there is a weight to the darkness that surrounds them which I do not understand. The cool nights bring much relief. But who can tell me why I cannot free my daughter, or answer the questions that she asks? I can only sew her a yellow dress. I can only embroider it with roots and red flowers. I am alone and frightened much of the time. But my patience is enormous, and when I weep, because I must, I weep only from one eye.
This is a poem I've written to the mural by Jessica Gonzalez, The Path Unpaved, on North Stone in Tucson. And the name of the poem is Your Purple, Your Turquoise. Mural, I want to talk to you about your purple, your turquoise. They are gorgeous. They are kind. I want to talk to you about your purple, your turquoise. A taste sword enters fury, story of tall ocean, story of tall song. We seek your story now. There is an illness in our world. I want to talk to you about your purple, your turquoise. They warm, they smile, they rise the horizon. They move past illness and aloneness. They move a wonderful great sea. I want to talk to you about your purple, your turquoise. They speak of a sky greater than Jupiter's skin. Mural, I want to talk to you about your triangles, black, pink, green, orange. They give a strong scaffolding. Let's use it to paint a ceiling, a heaven, a mirror, an endless pollen for blossoms yet to be. Your steps beckon a mosaic path washed in sun's pink sky. You may not know this, Mural. There is an illness in our world. Our hearts unwrap beyond hammering waves, triangles of light, in an orange rusted sun. You tell us there is an end to war and suffering and sickness, and there are paths forward. I want to speak to you of pink sky and angular mountains. They call us to move forward past surgical tables and granite fears, sweat of sand. To deepen the whale's song, we see rolling in the pink ribbons of cement current still. Mural, you speak of the earth beneath us, encrusted in stones and mosaics and paths and mud from tears or rain. We hear you, Mural. We hear you. And when our eyes seek your colors, it is sky turned inside out, a sunset lining. You weave a path where there is nowhere, yet you hold us even lost. We shade our eyes. We see no blueprint, no map, only hear silence, birds fly. We expand like lizard wings iridescent, an accordion of doors, a moment, like the wave falls and not gathered yet to rise, because we don't know till we get there. And we only know by the sound of our voice and our breathing, steady, calm, heartbeat leads us to a door, a path, and the sun and sky, empty, blank, move forward, knowing the day's depth and the rain's 7 roads. Thank you.
Two poems about the Cesar Chavez mural by Melchor Ramirez. Melchor, named for the wise men, brings a gift I didn't know I needed. 4 figures painted in the style of Indonesian dancers, elongated, articulated hands and feet, wearing Aztec headdresses and collars on this wall facing north, facing each other. Turquoise, white, and brown, the Aztec mother goddess hands fruit to Cesar Chavez, who shares with Mahatma Gandhi, who shares with Leo Tolstoy. Melchor Ramirez shares with me. Some notes on the mural. I love the spare poems, elegant, cut to the bone, free-falling, lifting from shape to cloud. But painting coats the surface, summons forms that harden and go still, takes a mind to wiggle them loose again, make a map into meaning. In 2012, when Melchor Ramirez drew images on the 5 Points wall, throwing open the cultural thoughts, ideas, and deeds of centuries and people back to ancient Aztec mother goddess, he did more than herself, who passes green fruit to Cesar Chavez, who shares a green fruit with Gandhi, sitting beside Leo Tolstoy, separated behind the living pomegranate tree by twin fat white serpents of the goddess, devouring and spewing plants. The painter remembers. Sharing his name with the Magi that offered gold to a child, offered peace in the world, Melchor offers these painted figures, peacekeepers, together in browns and turquoise, white and greens, wearing the bangles and anklets, headdresses of deities of pre-contact myth and murals. For mothers, for writers, for farmers, for leaders, they come alive on the wall into this time and place, Cesar Chavez Park.
Te vas, Alfonsina, con tu soledad. Qué poema nuevo tiempo fuiste a buscar una voz antigua de viento y de sal. Te requiebra el alma y la está llevando y te vas hacia allá como un sueño dormido.